Welcome to Show World Gamers, Josh here, and as the week draws to a close, I wanted to take a moment to review this week's new game releases, announcements, and a few news stories. If there is anything I may have missed, let me know in the comments. Alright, we will start with the new game releases, and after getting the super fun and to this point hidden gem Klonoa remasters last week, this was a light week for new game releases. A few indie games were released. Escape Academy, which is a puzzle escape room style game, was released on the Sony PlayStation and Xbox systems digitally and was a day one release on Game Pass. Power Wash Simulator, which is pretty self-explanatory. That game came out on the Xbox family of systems, including Game Pass on day one. Now, Hunter X, a really good-looking side-scrolling action game. I'm looking forward to checking this out when I get a chance. It was released on the Nintendo Switch. DC League of Super Pets, which is based on the movie about the DC superheroes' pets, was released. I haven't seen much on this game. I'll probably pass on it unless my son really wants to play it, but it is available on the Switch, the Xbox, and the PlayStation. Lastly, a game called My Time on Frog Island was released on the Switch, the Xbox, and the PlayStation. It's about a shipwrecked sailor who washes up on an island inhabited by a community of frogs. It looked weird, but had some interesting and fun-looking platforming, so I may give that a shot also when I have time. There are more indie games that came out, but these were the titles that really caught my eye. Like I said, pretty light week, but I'm really interested in Hunter X and maybe My Time on Frog Island. Let me know in the comments if there's anything I missed that I should definitely check out. Moving on to this week's gaming announcements, and we had some fun stuff to go over here this week, gamers. Starting with Nintendo unveiling Kirby's Dream Buffet, which is coming to the Switch during this summer and looks like a lot of fun. It's a multiplayer game where up to 4 players compete for the top spot by collecting strawberries as they play through a grouping of 4 different random levels. The game seemed to come out of nowhere. I had not heard any clues or mumblings that it was in the works, and I am excited to get my hands on it. Next up, Sega announced that the Sega Genesis Mini 2 will be releasing in the US this October, and it looks like an upgrade on the already awesome first Genesis Mini, adding a 6-button controller and 50 plus new games, including unreleased games and even Sega CD games. It is an Amazon exclusive. For more information, I will link the video about the console at the end of this video, so definitely check that out. We also got the release date for Platinum Games and Sega's Bayonetta 3, which will be releasing on the Nintendo Switch on October 28th. The new trailer looks awesome. Graphically, from what we have seen, this is one of the most impressive looking games on the Switch. I'm a bit worried about the frame rates holding up, but I will definitely be playing this Halloween. They also added a new mode called Naive Angel Mode. You can turn on that and it adds more clothing to the characters. Square Enix also dropped a release date trailer for the DioField Chronicle, which is coming to Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch on September 22nd, with the demo being released on August 10th. I haven't heard whether your gameplay save data will transfer from the demo to the regular game, but this has been an ongoing feature Square Enix has been utilizing, so would expect it to be present here. Also, for all of us fans of physical media, we finally got the announcement for the physical edition of Psychonauts 2 for both the PlayStation and Xbox, and there will be some extras included in the package, including some art cards, some stickers, and a reversible sleeve. The physical editions are slated to be released on September 27th, with the slight catch as the retail price for both systems will be $69.99. We will end this week's Week in Review video by looking at a few other news stories, starting with Bandai Namco, who experienced a cyber attack which resulted in some apparent leaks, including DLC for Elden Ring, which is expected to drop next year. Black Cat Ransomware Group claim to have been the culprits and are holding the stolen information for ransom. I've seen some fake leaks making the rounds that it supposedly came from this, so beware, gamers. We also got news that the upcoming and still early in development Skate 4 will be a games as a service free-to-play game called Skate, as they are dropping the number 4 from the title. Now, I think most of us were hoping for a full-fledged, all-in-one game we could go to a store and buy a physical copy of, and that would be it. Unfortunately, that's not what we were going to get, and it is expected the game will now most likely be online all the time and riddled with microtransactions. The one silver lining with games as a service is that they usually get lots of updates and new things are being added all the time. But I would much prefer a regular full game release and then legitimate DLC down the road. This model can work really well if done correctly, so we will have to wait and see when the game is released. For all you Resident Evil fans, the new Resident Evil live action series was released on Netflix. The series contains 8 episodes ranging from around 45 minutes to an hour long. They are all available to binge right now. I don't know a ton about the story for this series. I don't think it follows any of the storylines from the games, but I'm going to start watching it tonight and over the weekend, so I'm excited to see what they have in store for us. Now, if you watched my predictions video last month, you would know one of the games I was expecting to be announced was the remake of the N64 GoldenEye for Xbox, as well as the N64 version being added to the Nintendo Switch Online Service collection of Nintendo 64 games. Unfortunately, neither of these came to fruition, and it seems we may now know why, as real-world problems have seemingly sidelined these projects. It is being reported that, like the Nintendo Switch remakes of Advance Wars 1 and 2, GoldenEye's releases have been put on hold due to the contents of the game and the ongoing war between Russia and the Ukraine. Also, on a side note, gamers, I did give Power Wash Simulator a try and spent way too much time playing it. There is just something addictively relaxing about cleaning all that stuff. What a weird game. Maybe I will record a level and post it on the channel. Alright gamers, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more gaming news and content. Also comment anything I may have missed and like this video. Thanks for joining us this week on the recap. And we will be back next week with all the gaming info from the upcoming week, which includes the kickoff of San Diego Comic-Con, so hopefully we get some cool new announcements out of that trade show. Shoge World out.